What's up everyone, this is FB Sticks bringing you some more Toxic Cup videos here. This video, I am running a team that has Galvantula in it. Man, I have really given this Pokemon a lot of attempts in Go Battle League and the Great League. And now I'm giving it some tries out here in the Toxic Cup. I think Galvantula's typing is really awesome, like electric and bug. Makes ground type attacks only neutral to you, and it functions really well in this cup as both an anti-flyer and an anti-water, so it kind of keeps Bibarel in check. Personally, I am still not super convinced that Galvantula is awesome. It has access to Volt Switch as its fast move, and then you can run Discharge and Bug Buzz on it, I believe. Volt Switch is an awesome fast move because of the high damage and the high energy output that you get on it. But one of the downsides is that it's a 4-turn fast move, and I tend to avoid Pokemon with 4-turn fast moves because there's so many instances where you will faint mid turn animation because of how long it takes, or your opponent will switch out and you'll be too clunky to react because of how slow the move is. But for example, like against this Toxicroak here, the Mud Bombs are only going to be doing neutral damage, but Galvantula really does not have the best bulk for Great League. So even when things are hitting for neutral, you can just get shredded by that. So I have a lot of battles in this video here. These are all against my patrons again, so thank you all for supporting the channel. These first battles are against Dennis Mick 25. Looks like I'm not rolling with Galvantula in this line of 3, but I feel like Gliscor is really solid in this cup. Functions as, kind of an anti-fighter because of its flying type. You do need to watch out for the grass types because it's going to be hitting you for neutral because you are flying and ground. Kind of an interesting typing there. But you're actually still going to be resisting the electric types because of that ground typing. Munchlax is very interesting as well. Incredibly bulky. And the lick damage is going to be hitting for neutral on a lot of things other than those subnormal types like Wigglytuff and a lot of Bibarel. You're going to see a lot of Bibarel around. So he brings out the Wigglytuff. I go for Night Slash here, which is going to be resisted. I do somehow get a shield, which is really good for me. Now, Fortress is going to be able to resist the charm damage and be able to put on some super effective damage with Mirror Shot. I switch in my Bibarel on this Toxicroak just because I want to maintain the Fortress Wigglytuff matchup there. So, and I'm able to get off a Surf, which is really great. I know the Toxicroak is going to be able to farm me down. One thing I've been noticing with a lot of people's teams is that unless you are running a grass type or an electric type like Galvantula, your team is going to have a Bibarel weakness. Like, there's just no way of getting around it. Bibarel has too many positive matchups in this cup. Even against the fighters, you're still going to be hitting back for really strong damage with Water Gun and Surf. And even when you're stuck in negative matchups, you have that Hyper Fang damage that's going to hit for really strong damage as well. I'm still not totally sold on whether or not I do want to run a grass type. And definitely probably not going to be running Galvantula, but I might look into Meganium. That looks pretty legit with the Earthquake nuke potential. But otherwise, you just have to be really aware that Bibarel is going to have a lot of strong matchups against your team. So Gliscor against Munchlax, not super certain how this plays out, but I do want to land the Earthquake because I know that's going to do a lot of damage. I'm going for the Night Slash bait here. Does not work. Going to build up to an Earthquake again and then hopefully try to bait again. I actually shield up this second Body Slam. I commit both my shields here. I really want him to use one of his shields. I finally get a shield, which is really good for me. and I'm going to throw another Night Slash. So I'm essentially just going straight Night Slash here to see how this matchup plays out. I get the attack boost. This body slam is not going to be enough to KO me. Barely not enough. I'm able to get to another Night Slash. He either has to commit his second shield or lose this lead matchup. So it looks like going straight Night Slash is not the way to go in that Munchlax matchup. Most likely have to land the Earthquake there to solidify that. I bring out Galvantula. Now, electric typing is a really horrible defensive typing. Even though I was hitting super effective on the water type Bibarel there, I was still taking very heavy neutral damage. So you actually saw me do a sacrificial swap into my own Bibarel to catch that Surf. And Surf does so much to Toxicroak. Galvantula is going to come out. I'm going to have to eat a Mud Bomb. Let's see how much damage this does. It's only neutral. Still does a lot of damage. He's got Bibarel in the back. I need to land 2 discharges, but this is what I'm saying about how slow Volt Switch is. I faint mid-animation there. Those 4-turn moves are kind of brutal. Good games there, Dennis Mick. These matches are against Khaleesi, another patron. Thanks for supporting the channel. This is a very positive matchup for Steelix. And this is why I'm most likely going to be running Steelix on my team. His amazing bulk is so nice, and it's an absolute wall against the Flyers. Granted that their Flyer isn't Gligar or Gliscor, because you do still need to be worried about the Earthquake. I land the Earthquake on the Bibarel before I get out of there, and then I'm able to Water Gun down the Bibarel before I can throw off a fast move. So, good play on my part there. Out comes the Golbat again. This is surprisingly still a positive matchup for Bibarel. You can just go straight Surf, and Golbat is forced to go straight Poison Fang. Poison Fang is not as good of a move. Shadow Ball is doubly resisted, so Poison Fang is definitely the way to go. The Water Gun damage really adds up. Water Gun is one of those fast turn or 1-turn fast moves, so you need to make sure that you're not spamming your phone too fast, because it looks like there still might be that glitch where the 1-turn fast moves aren't always registering, like Dragon Breath and Bug Bite and Water Gun. So tap your phone a little slower than you think. Again, 1-turn fast moves are half a second in duration, so they go this fast. If you're tapping any faster than that, you're spamming your phone super fast, and it's okay to tap a little bit faster than that, but if you're sitting there mashing the crap out of your phone, I think that's where the glitch sometimes occurs. Going for the crunch on the Gliscor. I don't think I'm in Night Slash range quite yet, but she does land the Earthquake. Good play. She's out of shields. This Gliscor needs to land another Earthquake, but even that I don't think is going to be enough to take me out. Man, I need to stop doing these commentaries like first thing in the morning because my voice is all totally whacked out. Thank you guys for suffering through the morning voice here, but I got to get these videos rendered and trying to pump out one a day. Woo! Going into a second round here. Haven't seen too much Galvantula play. I apologize for that, but these were all the battles where I was running Galvantula on my team. It has really good matchups against the Flyers like Golbat and all of those like flying normal types like Pidgeot and Swellow. Surprisingly, have not been running into that many normal flying types in here. Most of the Flyers I've encountered have been Golbat, which is a really solid option, and Gliscor or Gligar. Not as many of those flying normal types, because surprisingly, in like some of the shielding scenarios, they actually still lose to Toxicroak, which is insane to think about. Because typically you want to run your Flyer as an anti-fighter, and if you're losing to the fighter, then what are you doing? So, most likely going to bring in Steelix here. Again, it's a total wall to Golbat. I'm totally fine with eating Shadow Balls. Out comes the Venusaur. I am going to commit one shield here and then hopefully try to land an Earthquake. My Bibarel is really going to struggle against that Venusaur. I do land the Earthquake, thank goodness, because Bibarel and Steelix, they have rough matchups against Venusaur. Out comes Gliscor again. I'm probably just going to throw the Crunch and then go straight into Bibarel. Bibarel is going to be hitting Gliscor for super effective damage with that Water Gun. This Toxic Cup feels so refreshing compared to like Rose and Fusion, which were very hard countery. There feels like there's a lot of flexibility in this cup. Really the only like hard counter matchups you encounter are like a Confusion user on your Toxicroak, or honestly any of the like Golbat or Gliscor on your Toxicroak. Or maybe a Fortress stuck against a Fortress against any of the grass types. Pretty solid wall there. But other than that, there's a lot of flexibility where even when you're stuck in a negative matchup, you will at least have some moves that you can throw some strong hitting neutral damage on your opponent, which is really nice. Going into another match here. B-Barrel lead, we got a B-Barrel mirror match. So ideally you want to be able to land the Hyper Fang and correctly shield the Hyper Fang. But it's all about baiting and mind games in this. So I shield up the Hyper Fang and then surprisingly I switch into Galvantula. Probably trying to farm that thing down. Out comes Wigglytuff. Let's see how much a discharge does to Wigglytuff. Does almost 50% damage. Very impressive, but these charms are just eaten away. Totally eaten away. I'm most likely going to get a shield with this discharge here. And then I get charmed down, so I lost switch advantage. But this is a very loaded Wigglytuff. Fortress is going to be able to come in and absorb anything that Wigglytuff throws at me. That'd be pretty amazing if Wigglytuff learned like Flamethrower or something. That'd be so cool. But instead, I'm going to absorb all this damage. Still surprisingly took out like half my health. Holy crap. Out comes Bibarel again. I still have my Bibarel in the lead. I'm going to let this Surf go through. And then I'm going to try to land this Earthquake. See if it works out. It gets shielded, so I'm going to switch into my own Bibarel. And this is barely out of Surf range, but I'm hopefully going to land the Surf and then faint down with Water Guns. Yep, just the right amount there. In the back is Venusaur. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. But here's one of those matchups where shields are down. I can land the Hyper Fang. Does a lot of damage. I still have a shield, so I'm going to commit it here. Even though all of this damage is resisted, my Fortress is very low health. And this Surf honestly should be enough to take out the Venusaur here. Just barely enough. Good games there, Khaleesi. And again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Looks like these next battles are against Jeremy T12369. Toxicroak mirror match. Pretty much every time I'm stuck in a mirror match like this, my Toxicroak loses the CMP because my Toxicroak is pretty decent PvP IVs. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stack back-to-back Mud Bombs, and I'm ideally trying to sneak in a counter every time that they throw their charge move. But it never seems to work out. I'm not sure if Niantic has fully like patched piggybacking or what's going on, but it seems like anytime I throw a charge move, they also sneak a fast move in, even if the animation doesn't go through. It's kind of confusing sometimes. I have a loaded Bibarel now against this Golbat. So I think Surf is still slightly more energy efficient. In this scenario, yeah, I should have just thrown double Surf. Even though Hyper Fang does hit for more damage, it's like barely less energy efficient than Surf, I believe. Whereas in this scenario, I might have been able to double Surf instead of just landing that single Hyper Fang. I'm going to go for a very aggressive farm down with my Fortress here, even though these bug bites are heavily resisted. Shadow Ball is definitely the way to go here, but the Golbat was, close to fainting, so. I have a loaded Fortress. I really love Fortress in closing scenarios. Earthquake is amazing. You don't get stab on it, unfortunately, but it's still a very strong hitting move. Does a lot of damage on that B-Barrel, and then I bring in my Toxicroak to counter it down. I lose the CMP here, so Toxicroak is going to be able to Mud Bomb me, but then my Fortress is going to be able to come in and one Bug Bite finishes it off. Good games there. Ooh, let's bring in Galvantula. Here we go. Hoping to catch a B-Barrel or a Golbat. Gligar is not what you want to see. I am resisting the wing attacks, but hardly looks like it, dude. It does so much damage. Oh, no. I'm taking neutral damage. I am taking neutral damage from those flying type attacks because of my electric and bug typing there. Does so much damage. Man, Night Slash does a lot of damage too. I'm just staying in here, and I'm just going to sacrifice this Galvantula because I'm like, alright, this thing is worthless at this point. Probably going to bring in B-Barrel and totally farm this thing down. They give up switch advantage there. Which now I'm probably going to bring in my Fortress, but I do need to look out for the Flamethrower. These Bug Bites are doing neutral damage, and the Skuntank's Poison Jabs are doing resisted damage to me. Flamethrower would definitely probably one-shot me. It's double super effective. Totally trying to farm down the Skuntank. Gonna bait with the Mirror Shot here. I don't get a shield, and I don't even get the debuff, so kind of sucks. And I do need a shield up the second Flamethrower. It's only a crunch. I actually probably could have tanked that, but they still have the Gligar. I need to look out for that. Look out for the possible dig that might be coming. Out comes Golbat. This is a pretty solid answer to Fortress. All Fortress can really do if you're running this moveset is throw Mirror Shots and hope for the debuff. But I switch into my B-Barrel because I now know that my B-Barrel is going to be my ticket to victory here because it has more positive matchups against both Gligar and Golbat. So I'm expecting a flurry of Poison Fangs here. It's going to need another Poison Fang to take me out. Good job on pulling the trigger there because I was getting very close to Surf. Oh, Undercharge. What a play. Look at that. Nice play. Undercharge Poison Fang to get more energy. I'm just going to go straight Mirror Shot here. I would love to get the debuff. That'd be awesome. I do get the attack debuff. Now I'm expecting Shadow Balls to come at me, but I got the attack debuff. Shout out to my wife Katie asking if I could pick her up. Where am I at? I'm right here making a YouTube video, Katie. I really need to get this Bug Bite down on the Golbat, and I'm able to do it. Good games there. These last matches are against Jonathan Kelly. He's running a Crustle, or maybe Crustle. I'm not sure if it's a hard or soft T in the pronunciation there. But I think it's a very solid option as an anti-flyer. If I were to run one, I'd probably run it with Smackdown as the fast move for more farm down potential against the Flyers. But it does look super interesting. It also beats Wormadam Trash pretty consistently if you run it with Smackdown as well. Going for the Surf on the Toxicroak. And then I immediately switch out to Gliscor. Gliscor can totally heavily resist everything that Toxicroak throws at it. It's really nice. You can just farm down. Out comes B-Barrel. Is really going to get a lot of energy off of me. I'm going for a bait here. Really hope I get the last shield. He does not take the bait. I should have just went straight for Earthquake. So I'm just unleashing a flurry of Night Slashes here. Earthquake would have done so much damage. I'm not able to get to the third Night Slash. Very unfortunate. Alright, Galvantula. I bring out Galvantula. I'm going to have to eat a lot of damage here from the stored up Surfs, though. I do commit a shield here. And he's not able to get to a second one because of the raw damage of Volt Switch. Out comes Golbat. So this is actually kind of where Galvantula was able to shine a little bit. Had a positive matchup against Golbat and the B-Barrel. And now I'm totally just going to Volt Switch the Golbat down. Good games there. Yay, Galvantula. You did something there. That was pretty cool. Not trying to hate on Galvantula too much. It's just, it was a little underwhelming when I used it. Let me know if you've had success with it. So I'm heavily resisting the Fury Cutters there, and I'm hitting for neutral damage against this Crustle, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to resist everything that the Crustle is throwing at me. Mud Bomb is going to be coming through, hitting for neutral damage. I do get a shield there. Toxic Croak is so glassy though, even when you're resisting things, it still really hurts. Gonna overfarm and then throw this Mud Bomb again. This is just a very positive matchup for me. Didn't have to commit a shield and I won out that lead scenario. Out comes Gliscor, again, a very solid option. Now, Galvantula is going to kind of struggle here, but I'm just going to bring it out as like a sacrifice and not commit any shields most likely. Yeah. I'm just going to eat all of these charge moves and just put on as much raw damage as I can. And then hopefully my Gliscor with 2 shields in the back can do massive work to whatever he has in the back because the Crustle is out of the way. So now I switch into my own Gliscor here. I didn't want to get farmed down. Gonna shield at this Night Slash. It's B-Barrel in the back. This is pretty rough. Can I land the Earthquake this time? Need to land the Earthquake. I'm pretty sure it gets shielded. Yep. What an amazing call. There's no way I'm getting to another Earthquake here. So this is going to be pretty rough. I do commit a shield here because my Galvantula is so weak in the back. It's really going to struggle. Just going to put on a lot of Night Slash damage here. I get the boost at the last second. Doesn't matter. Out comes Galvantula. And this Surf is going to take me out again because I do not resist the water type attacks. Good game. I put Galvantula on the bench for this last matchup. Oh, these were really old when I didn't have a fast TM. And so my Steelix is actually running Iron Tail in this video, which is so trash. It's so trash, man. I could see some viability running Thunderfang, but Iron Tail absolutely sucks. And I was out of fast TM, so I was forced to run that. So Steelix, you're going to see at the end of this battle. I easily could have won, but Steelix just failed. So most likely going to have to bring in B-Barrel here. His B-Barrel totally wrecked my Gliscor because he correctly shielded that Earthquake. I am liking Gliscor a little bit more than Gligar for this cup. Gligar functioned really well in the Rose Cup as an anti-ghost and an anti-fighter with very consistent wins across the board. Whereas in this cup, I feel like I need quicker access to that Earthquake. So I like Gliscor a little bit more than Gligar currently, but do need to do a little bit more testing. Toxic Croak is always a good response to B-Barrel, but you have to commit shields. I bring out my Steelix, and this is trash, man. I'm getting no energy gains from this fast move. I should easily be at a crunch, but the Toxic Croak is able to feint me down. So very unfavorable last matchup for me. Good games there, though, Jonathan Kelly. And again, thank you for supporting the channel. Let me know what you guys think of Galvantula, if it's been working out for you. If you want to support the channel, head on over to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description where you can be on my friends list and train with me. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.